Hey, moving to Middle Georgia family. I am so excited about this video, mostly because even before I was a realtor, I was a mom. It is my first love. I love being a mom more than anything in the whole wide world. I have 5 kids, 4 boys and a girl. So when it comes to knowing what to do around this community, fun things to do as a family, sports, extracurriculars, things like that, I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to just being a family and raising kids here. So this is your mom's guide to living in Middle Georgia. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe, like this video. It really helps me a ton. And let's just jump in and start talking about some fun activities. Notes in front of me, so if you see me looking down at any given point, that is why. I just wanted to make sure that I had all of the facts. I did some fact checking, things like that. I know what I know from lots of conversations with other moms, play groups, moms groups, things like that, but I wanted to make sure to give you guys facts here today so that you don't hear just a biased view. Of course, if you want to hear a biased view, text me anytime. Like, I'd love to have just candid conversations with you about different schools, different programs that we've been in that we liked. We have tried a lot of different things over the time period that we've lived here. And so anyway, let's just jump in. We are part of the Houston County School District. So within that district, it consists of 36 schools, 23 elementary, 8 middle, and 5 high schools. So the district serves a diverse student population, has a mix of high performing and lower performing schools based on various academic metrics. We also have 9 private schools, which one of my sons has also attended one of the Christian Academy private schools here too. So go ahead and text me, hit me up for that as well. I could give you information about that realm of things as well. We have also homeschooled. So there is a really great homeschool community in this area. They have local co-ops, things that you can join for just extracurricular and like fun activities, but also things that you can join for like meetups and to take turns as parents to teach different classes. So some of the standout schools in the district include Bonaire Middle School, which is ranked 36th out of 588 middle schools in Georgia. It has exceptional test scores. And Matt Arthur Elementary School, which is ranked 69th out of 1,248 elementary schools in the state. And it has a very high proficiency rate across all the grade levels. Additionally, Veterans High School is a top performing high school in the district, ranking 50th out of 458 high schools in Georgia, with strong graduation rates and excellent test scores. My kids attend Langston Road Elementary and Langston Primary School. So a lot of times they'll have a primary and they'll have an elementary and it'll be right next to each other. But anyway, so they go to Langston Road. We've loved it. Another, my kid goes to Perry Middle. Another one goes to Perry High. We've loved those as well. I know Langston Road specifically is an A- on niche.com. I just shared 3 schools, a middle school, elementary, and high school, which are the top rated within the state. So they are the highest rated out of any of the schools in the Houston County School District. And like I said, just do your research when you're moving here. We do take it a lot of we do have some lower performing schools just because based on like the area and the poverty levels and things like that. And so when you're doing your research, go ahead and look on niche.com, publicschools.org. They have all the different ratings that you can see. If there's something specific that is important to you, then you'll find all that information there online. They also have, like, Warner Robins High School is known for its football. We have some really robust sports programs in our district. Perry High School is really, really good at football. Anyway, so if you have any questions about that and you have kids that are super into sports, I can kind of direct you what schools are known for what sport. I do really, really love that. We're gonna talk about sports a little bit later in this video as well, because we have roll ball here, Warner Robins American League, Little League here. And that's kind of a huge deal. If you follow the Little League world, you know that Warner Robins is on the map for a purpose and a reason. So we're gonna get to that a little bit later. All right, so let's segue into sports right now. So when it comes to your kids doing extracurriculars, any sporting program, they've got all kinds of different choices here. So I'm just gonna give you a few that you can go look up. You could look up any of these. I'll tell you the names of each of them. You can look them up individually. If you ever want to have just kind of a community at a glance, go ahead and join Robins to Go. Robins-to-go. It is my go-to when it comes to any sort of resources, kids, activities, or anything like that. They have tons of information, recommendations. You have moms, you have dads, you have all kinds of people within that community. So first off, there's Christian sports leagues here. We are in the Bible Belt after all. The Christian sports leagues, there's a Victory Sports and there's an Upward Sports. So you might hear about them in different places in the country because it's not just this area thing, but they are the Christian-based league. They need volunteers all of the time. So if you want to really become involved in the community and get a jump start on getting to know different families and parents, that's a great way to do it. I've coached soccer there for 3 different seasons, and it's been amazing just to get to know different people. So we have, they start each game out with a prayer, and then of course, your coaches will give the kids best offense, best defense, whatever sport they're playing, and most Christ-like awards. So there's a strong Christian presence there. They just kind of lead people to Jesus through their sports. It's their way to minister. So Victory Sports is hosted by Second Baptist Church on Moody Road. These are the sports they do. They do baseball, softball, and t-ball in the spring. They do soccer in late summer, early fall, basketball in winter, and volleyball in the month of September. And that's just kind of like it's like a volleyball clinic. It's not necessarily like a season. They only do it 4th to 8th grade, and they just do it every single week, Tuesday and Thursday, and at the very end they do a big old competition. So they also have adult sports there, including men's flag football and then volleyball and kickball. So if you're looking for adult things to get involved in as well, to get out of the house and meet new other parents and things like that, that's a good way as well. Okay, Upward Sports is at Central Baptist. It is also the Christian sports league, just like Victory. So Victory and Upwards are both like directly tied. And it's interesting because when you have like a spring sport, if you have like soccer, say at Central Baptist, then you're going to have it in the fall at Victory. So they kind of like coincide that way and work together in tandem. So it's kind of fun if you have a kid who loves soccer and wants to be in both seasons, to have them in both at different places. So these sports that are offered at Upwards at Central Baptist are volleyball and disc golf in the fall. They have basketball in the winter and soccer in the spring. So there's the rundown of that. Like I said, go look them up individually or go to Robins to Go for any links. All right, next is we've got Warner Robins Park and Rec Center. They have a lot of sports there, a ton. And I actually have not experienced Warner Robins Park and Rec. None of my kids have been signed up for it. I've heard great things about it. I just haven't personally tried them. So I can't, recommend them, but I've heard great things about them. They do track and field, baseball and softball, soccer, volleyball, football, cheerleading, and basketball. And their adult sports include kickball, softball, volleyball, flag football, and basketball. I have done an adult sport there. I did a co-ed volleyball league. I guess it was last year, and it was a blast. It was so fun. So then there's the Perry Rec Leagues. That one takes place on Keith Road over there. It's like I think they call it the Rozier Park, but anyway, they do tons of sports there. Lots of the same sports that they do at the Warner Robin Rec League. They're basically the exact same. It has a fun little park attached to it there in Perry at the Perry Rec League. It has like a pirate ship, fun little playground area, and it's one of my kids' favorite parks, one of my favorite parks in the area. They also have like a disc golf course around a pond, so a lot of your fields that you're going to be doing your sports are up there as well. And fun fact, just right around the corner, not very many people know about this, but it's called the Barbara Calhoun Park. It's less than a mile from the Rozier Park that you do the Perry Rec League from, and that has a bunch of like pickleball courts, it's tennis courts, it's got a little tiny place that like teeny, but it also has a lot of like archery, targets, a lot of archery targets. So you can go out there and just shoot some archery. So I think that's really fun. All right, now we're gonna segue into Rollball. Honestly, I'm not gonna talk about it myself because my husband is obsessed with baseball. He loves it. He can talk about it way better than I can. So I'm gonna take you right now to the Roll Ball Fields, and he's gonna tell you all about it.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason, and Bree has asked me to talk to you a little bit about baseball. In this area, Little League baseball is a really big deal. There's the Warner Robins American Little League Association that hosts a lot of the Little League teams in this area. And where we're currently at is the Southeast Region Little League Complex. And so this field is where the tournament gets hosted every single year. And within this region, it's for both baseball and softball. Within this region, there's 8 states. And it's all these southern states. So it's Alabama, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and Tennessee. And so every year what'll happen is each state will send one team to represent them here at the Little League World Series. And this is, again, for both softball and baseball. So Warner Robins actually has a big history of being in the Little League World Series for baseball. And so Warner Robins team actually represented the Southeast region in 2007, 2009, and 2011. And in 2007, Warner Robins actually won the entire tournament. So they're going up against international teams like China and Japan and Puerto Rico and some of these other countries. Florida last year actually represented the region, and they actually won the Little League World Series last year in baseball. I keep talking more baseball. I don't know the softball side as well. I apologize. But the Florida team did win the Little League World Series last year, and ironically it was on a walk-off error. So this pitcher, they had bunted the ball, the pitcher overthrew first base, and Florida ended up winning it in the last inning and took home the championship. So the tournaments here at this field are usually at the end of July for the softball players, and then it's either end of July or early August for the baseball players. And so, fun facts, the Little League World Series for baseball is always at Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the Little League World Series for the softball girls is always in Greenville, North Carolina.
All right, another great way to find community right off the bat and to find your tribe is to join a local church. There are so many choices around here, so just trying to see which one fits best for your family is a great way to do it. So we also have a couple different moms groups. We've got MOPS, so it's Moms of Preschoolers, that's what it stands for. I've been a part of that organization since my kids were really, really small. So it's for moms with really small kids. It's usually organized by a local church, and in this case it's Southside Baptist Church. And a lot of the members there, they are the ones who volunteer to watch all of the kids and the little babies while you were having some mom time. So it's twice a month. Back when I was doing it, I'm currently not doing it right now, it was like every other Thursday from 9 to noon, and it included a brunch and usually like a craft or a guest speaker. But it helped me find some of my closest mom friends there. It's a really, really great way to just have mom time without babies crawling all over your laps and always being distracted to make sure they're always safe. And anyway, so you have these volunteers who are watching your kids while you're in the MOPS. Highly, highly recommend. I've never ever been disappointed or regret joining a chapter. So another thing is Moms Club. They have a Moms Club chapter here, as well as an I Stroll. So an I Stroll, I'm pretty sure that's what that one's called, but it's just a mom's group that they all work out together. They bring their kids and strollers, and so it's moms that just know that this is the season that we're in of life. We've got lots of little kids. We still want to exercise. We still want to take time for ourselves. And so they just all get together, work out as moms, and bring all the kids along. All right, so now we're going to segue into some performing arts. There are a couple different things that I know about in this area. The first one is Take Flight Performing Arts. They do dance, chorus, and acting. It's in Perry. They also have Perry Players, also in Perry. Perry Players, they put on acting camps for the kids in the summer. They're usually about 1 week long. And at the beginning of the week, they practice all day long, every single day. And then the tail end of the week, they put on the performance for people. And I've been super, super impressed. I've gone to a couple of the performances, and it's amazing what they can do in a week. It is absolutely mind-blowing. So I've got a couple friends right now who are in one of the productions. They do productions throughout the whole entire year. They do musicals, they do plays, and so you just try out as a member of the community. So I've got a friend, it's her and her little girl that are in this upcoming one. It's called Go Fish, which I've never heard of, but apparently it's a musical. So if you're into the performing arts, there's a couple great choices for you to start with in this area. They also have Precision South Gymnastics. So my son took gymnastics there for many years. They have gymnastics and dance. My daughter did hip hop, So it's a great place. I love the owners. They're wonderful people. And the whole time that we were a part of that gym family, we loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I can't say enough good things about Precision South and all of the classes that they offer. They also do Mom's Nights Out, where I think it's like $20 per kid or something like that. They feed them ice cream, they feed them pizza and a bunch of snacks, and they put on a big old movie, and then they open up the gym and the kids could just run amok and have a ball while you're, just hanging out for the night, doing your own date night, doing whatever you want to do. All right, so parks. So to be honest, there are not nearly as many cool parks in this area as other places I've lived or visited. There just doesn't seem to be that many. And then when you go to the parks, they just are kind of smaller-ish with not great amenities. So that is a downside of the Houston County area. However, it's always it's always more fun to go to these parks when you set up a play date with another mom and meet together there for a play date or a play group or whatever. My most favorite park is the Creekwood Splash Park. They have a really awesome splash pad. They have a new equipment set, which is pretty fun, and they have walking trails right off the side. So you can go, and I think it's about 1.5 miles walking trail. So that's fun for the kids. And they also put in this whole, it's kind of like this asphalt pad in the back, and it has stop signs. It's got different like yield. It's got any sort of street signs you could think of. And so you take your bikes back there, your skateboards, your scooters, and kids can kind of like drive on these fake roads back there. They have a basketball court, baseball fields there, a giant pavilion, restrooms, always important. So that's my favorite park in this area. Go look up the city of Perry for amazing family activities. They have a fall film series, so it's once a month that they do different videos out in the park. So it's basically like a drive-in movie theater, except for you just sit there in your camp chairs. And that's a really fun way to get the community get together. And they also have their silent disco. They do it every single year, and it is so fun. So fun. So put that on your calendar. I think it's usually in August, right when school starts back up. But Perry has so many wonderful activities for families. They have food truck Fridays. They have a buzzard like dropping thing every New Year's Eve, like just random things. But Perry's just a really good town for bringing community together, and it caters to families in particular, which I love. The library system does an amazing job at kids' activities as well. They come up with calendars. We've gone to Centerville Library. They have Perry Library. They've got Nola Brantley, which is over there in Warner Robins. So they have different branches of the library. So they have different activity coordinators at each of the branches, but they're all equally great. Like, I like to kind of go and do all of them for different activities for my kids. They also have a really fun summer reading program. You can go to any branch that you want to, but you basically go in every single week, and your kids put these stickers on the chart for any books that they read. They turn it into the librarian, and they get a really cool prize for that week. So we've gotten free ice cream passes, free skating passes, it's just great. They just really do a great job at incentivizing reading over the summer and make it a fun thing for families and kids. So highly recommend the library system. It's amazing. One of the best that I've ever been in or lived anywhere. All right, so we've discussed all kinds of fun things to do with the kiddos. But honestly, if you're not sure where to start, just text me. I love meeting new people. I would love to have a chat. If you want to go out sometime for coffee or tea or hot chocolate, and we can go and just discuss some of the things, some of the schools you're looking at, or you just feel like you're lacking that mom group or that tribe or that community that you so desperately want, hopefully I can point you in the right direction and just be a friend. Because if you've lived here for a while, like, I'm happy to help. But if you're a new mom coming to this area, moving in, I also know that it's difficult to start afresh. It's difficult for all of that change when you're moving your whole family around and your kids are starting new schools. And trust me, we've done it many times, and it's just always a challenge. And I think that just like weighs heavy on mom's shoulders to make sure that their kids have a good tribe, even before we have a good tribe. Like, we want to make sure our kids are settled in. So If there's anything I could do to help, I would love to. And if you are from out of town and looking to buy, I would love to help you on that journey. We can set up a time where when you come to look at a bunch of houses, we could get the kids together or do a fun activity, something like that. But I just want you to know that this community is awesome. I love it here. I truly do. People are good. They're kind. We may not have all the greatest amenities. Like I said, the parks are ridiculous. And there's not that much to do in ways of like, it's not a big city. So you're definitely not going to hit up tons of shopping all the time and things like that. But this area is so wonderful. Like, people talk to you at Walmart, people talk to you on the street, your neighbors care about what you do. You have a lot of that just Southern hospitality and slower living here, which is so refreshing and so wonderful. So that's one of my most favorite parts about being in this area. It's just the people. Like, they're good. They're good people. All right, to finish off, we've talked about extracurricular activities for your kids. We've talked about different places you can go and get involved in, but like, let's talk about you. Like, something that I have been obsessed with for an extracurricular for me is pickleball. Like, I know it's this craze and I know it may fade over time. I don't know. But for right now, I am obsessed with it and addicted. And so if you have not joined the pickleball like craze yet, join me. Like, come and play. We have Ted Wright Park, which is a really fun outdoor park to play pickleball. Barbara Calhoun. And get this, we have the largest pickleball court, indoor courts in the world. 20 to 30 minutes north of us in Macon. You just jump on I-75, pop on up there, and it's so fun. We've got leagues. I just joined a Wednesday morning league. I'm so stoked about it. It's an all women's league. So anyway, there is things to do for the family and for you. So I hope that you are able to do something for yourself as well. And if you found this video helpful, if you have any other suggestions and you've lived here for a while about activities that people can do, go ahead and comment below and just help other people that are moving in trying to find things. So anyway, thanks again so much for watching, and we'll catch you next video. Bye now.